Story 4.
I apologize.
In sync.
The last review we did, I was not wearing my red hat. And I'm not going to film that review again. So that's, deal with it.
All right, Toy Story 4. Well, no one asked for it. Disney wanted to make more money, so they decided. To be honest, when I first heard that this was going to be made, Toy Story 4, I think all of us had hesitation to wanting to see this because we didn't know how else they could beat Toy Story 3, which was a great ending to a great trilogy.
I would say not necessarily. I thought it was like, what are they going to do now?
Well,
I know it's going to be good. It's Disney. It's Pixar.
Yeah, true.
It's going to touch your heart. It's going to make you cry. But where's the story going to go?
And you know what? I have to admit, I didn't really like the trailers too much either. But going into this, I've seen it twice already. I saw it Thursday, and then I saw it Friday night with my daughter, her first movie ever at a movie theater.
Adorable.
What did you think of this movie?
I loved it.
Yes.
I loved Toy Story 4. Like I said, it touched my heart. It made me cry. It's a Pixar.
Yeah, I cried too.
There are a lot of life lessons, very adult life lessons in this movie that I walked away with. Like learning to just accept where you are in life and learning to move on and learning to just accept the hard things and just let go of some things you can't control.
Wow, we on Hallmark movie.
Are you crying?
I love this movie as well. I was surprised how much I love this movie. Seeing it twice, it's even better the second time when I saw it with my daughter and my wife. One of the things I love about this movie is this is all about Woody and his journey and his character creating even or develop even more of his character into the story. I love that part of the movie. There's so many things in there. One of my favorite scenes, we'll talk about scene right now, is the beginning. And in fact, this is the first time that Pixar has ever done a movie without a short. Because every Pixar has a short. Well, I think what they did was the beginning of the movie, and if you've seen this, it has a flashback 9 years later, and it tells
where
you
Bo Peep is. Because she wasn't in the third one.
Yeah, she wasn't.
This is where she.
So we got the backstory of how she left the family.
Did you know it's RC too?
Yeah.
RC hasn't been there in a long time, and he appeared again.
That's crazy. So I love the beginning, and if you've seen the beginning, it goes through all of Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. The arc of how Andy plays the toy, and it keeps going, flashback to when he's a younger or older kid getting ready. That one scene when he gave the toy to Bonnie. I thought that was pretty cool to start the movie. And so, is there any favorite scene you got?
Favorite scene of mine would have to be the very end. Not for the content necessarily, but for the animation. The animation throughout this entire movie.
Can we talk about that right now?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So good. And the beginning scene. It's raining. It's raining. You're like, dude, that's just rain. They just filmed this outside and put the characters right there. It's so real and so amazing what they can do with animation.
When that first scene came on, they're trying to rescue the car. What's it called? RC. That water looks so incredibly real, and I thought it was the animation itself. My wife said something that was like, hey, they don't even look like toys anymore. They look more like real people. Right, real people. And so, hats off to them because we think they're real, but they're really toys. And
but like I said, at the very end, there's a lot of lighting and there's a lot of aperture, just very artsy, and it's really good animation.
Yeah.
And not only that, that whole scene is very touching because that's where all the adult life lessons come in. And if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, go away. You haven't seen this. Woody and Buzz go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Woody chooses the girl over his friends. What a freaking loser, dude.
I don't think he chose the girl, but I think I love the scene from the beginning and then the ending as well. How he has to make this huge decision on what he wants to do with his life, which is kind of funny. They're toys. We don't think
his whole purpose that point has been take care of a kid.
Because the thing is with him, and I love the story in this, is that he wasn't trying to help Bonnie more than he was trying to help himself, wanting to be wanted even more. And for him to go through because being a lost toy to him was like something that was crazy. versus Bo Peep when she thinks it's the most incredible thing she has ever been or ever done to be a lost toy.
Right.
But to him it's different, and he had a change of life. I guess it's like a midlife crisis in that sense. He has to
Right.
make that decision, and so I thought, how cool was it that the first time he couldn't make the decision because of Andy, but this time he had to do it for himself, and I thought that was pretty incredible.
Right. Some of my other favorite scenes, I would laugh every single time, and Kelly would make fun of me. She would turn and be like, "You're ridiculous." Every line spoken by Duke Kaboom,
Duke Kaboom.
I laughed. Not only
Can we-
because it's Keanu Reeves,
Yes!
he's a national treasure.
Yes!
He's beautiful. I love him.
Duke Kaboom!
But Duke Kaboom, he's freaking Yes I Canada.
Can we just come and say right now?
Keanu
This is Keanu's year, man. He has an incredible year. He's my favorite character in this movie.
For sure.
For sure. He's
sure.
so funny.
And Fluffy and Ducky, they're pretty
Oh,
good too.
so funny. There's so many good elements in this movie. Is there
It
any?
keeps you. It does keep you entertained throughout.
Yes.
Like even at the slow parts, you find stuff to be amazed at, like the animation or whatever's happening in the story.
Let me ask you about the bad, so-called bad girl or bad guy.
The villain?
The
Gabby
villain. Gabby. When I first saw her, and
She's a bad guy. That's like a real villain premise.
Really?
Yeah. Like
I didn't get
I'm gonna
that
take
from her.
your organ and put it in me so I work better, and then just
That's
leave
true.
you to be.
But I wonder what made her switch from that, like I need it now and give it to me, to actually talking to Woody into giving it to her. I thought that was a pretty interesting change from her, and I think it's because of one character, and I think this is one of the most important characters, is Forky.
Forky.
Forky, it was the instrument of changing Gabby.
Would you
into-
say he was a utensil of changing?
I don't know.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So, is there anything in this movie that you didn't like, or maybe kind of like?
No.
No, I didn't find anything either. Watching it the second time, I thoroughly enjoy it, and so
I would like to go see it a second time.
go.
Tony Hale is great.
Oh, he's so funny.
As Forky.
The whole thing of Woody, the ending, I mean, don't get me wrong, I cried, but I think I cried harder in the third one. If that's possible.
Probably yeah.
Where would you rank this movie?
In the probably second, third would be the best,
Third
then
the best.
fourth,
Okay.
then two, then one. But I would say, all right. Here's one thing that I do maybe have a problem with the movie.
Okay.
But it's not the movie's fault. Because the movie is more centered around Woody, a lot of the other characters do take a backseat.
Yeah,
like
well,
Buzz Lightyear. He doesn't
but-
have a lot, but what they did with him, like to make his own conscience
That was
speak to
so
him,
funny.
That was very creative, and it made me happy that it was there, and made me forget that his character took a backseat.
But I think that was done on purpose, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because of
It's
for
Woody's.
Woody's story.
Jesse
so.
didn't have anything. I don't
No.
think Bullseye had any
No.
role.
Let's talk about that sad scene when he said goodbye. Oh man, that broke my heart.
She'll be okay.
And when he said that, I thought he meant Bo Peep, and then the second line came out, Bonnie will
Bonnie
be
will
okay.
be okay.
Oh man, broke my heart.
I don't want to talk about it.
Anyway.
I don't want to cry.
Anything else you want to talk about? I mean,
Nah.
this movie was so good. I love this movie. So I would recommend, we would recommend you go see this movie right away.
Opening
It's,
night.
Opening night.
Opening night.
There, that's our review.
That's our.
That's our review. Opening night. Go check this movie out. We guarantee you're gonna love it. I don't know how you cannot love Toy Story. I haven't heard any negative review on this movie at all.
You
So.
know, when did the first Toy Story come out? 1995 or something?
No, 99?
Anyway, you've grown up with Toy Story.
Yeah.
How do you not enjoy it?
Toy Story 5?
Mm,
Maybe.
if they do Toy Story 5, I said doo-doo too. Anyway, if they do happen to create Toy Story 5, I hope they don't bring back Woody's character.
Oh.
Or just continue with Woody's character
They
and
have
not
to-
do Buzz, because it would
yeah.
make the goodbye mean less.
I agree with you. Anyways, go check it out, folks. It's a great movie. And let us know what you think.
Bye.
Peace.
I said doo-doo too.